What is up, AGZ gang? Yes sir. Now y'all boys, I'm gonna keep this intro very short, but this video is on the best race in the game. Well, I'm gonna be ranking them on the tier list from best to worst, from S to F, and y'all boys are gonna get a perspective on what I feel like is the best race in this game. Now just to clarify, it's going to be the best race for progression in Deepwoken, not like, because progression is what matters, right? We're here to progress, we're here to gain that power. It's basically which race makes progression easier, which race makes progression less of a hassle, which helps you in the game. But remember, not every race is good in its own way, and it doesn't really matter what race you are. It doesn't affect gameplay hugely. So yeah, other than that, y'all boys hit that like button. Let's get to at least 300 likes. Hit that subscribe button. And lastly, play my intro. Alright, ADZ gang. Now, we are here with the official tier list. Now, remember, this is going to be based off not only my opinion, it's going to be based off whichever race helps with progression the most. Not based off what I like the most, based off which race makes progression easier, makes gameplay easier. So, first up, we do have, what's the name of this race again? Kanoa. We have Kanoa. Kanoa gives 2 strength, 2 charisma, and it reduces the amount of damage that teammates take. And teammates is crew members. So it reduces the amount of damage that you deal to crew members. I mean, this is good for team fights, so situations where you're farming bosses and you might accidentally hit your friends. But at the same time, you shouldn't be hitting your friends in the first place. There should be some coordination with your attacks. So as well as that, it's a double-edged sword. What about if a teammate, you're sparring with a guild member, you're gonna deal less damage, you know? Or let's say a guild member starts to rebel against you, again, they're gonna take less damage. So it's a double-edged sword. It's useful in some ways, but it's not really the best. I'm gonna put that C. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't really help with progression, and in general, it's kind of an L. Alright, cannot lie to you. Next, we do have Gremor. Gremor? It's Gremor. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, so Gremor gives 2 strength, 2 fortitude, and you gain a compass and you lose less hunger over time. Now, that is pretty useful, losing less hunger over time, because it means you don't have to eat as much food. But at the same time, it's not hard to make food. Just have mushrooms on deck. So it's not really that useful, but at the same time, it could be seen as kind of useful. You gain a compass. I mean, I guess if you use the compass wisely, it's useful, but not a lot of people, no one spawns in with compasses that's not this race. So majority of the player base don't use compasses anyways, so we've had to memorize location off of landmarks. So again, that's another thing where it's just like, okay, it could be cool, I guess, but at the same time, it's not that great. I don't know, I feel like it's losing less hunger is better for progression, but I would put it in the same category with Kanoa because it's not all that, like, at all. Next up, we do have Seltor. Seltors have gain 2 intelligence, 2 charisma, 10% extra health for ships, and ships cost less money. Now, I'm automatically gonna put that B because it's way better than both of these. I'd genuinely rather be a Gremor. Not Gremor, sorry, Seltor. But at the same time, ships having more health, I guess, is cool. Like maybe like if you're traversing far distances and sea lions are gonna be an issue. Which sometimes if you have one of the later ships in the game, anyways, sea lions aren't an issue, and sea lions aren't even that hard to kill anyways. I'm gonna call them sea lions. I don't monster lion, fish, whatever they're called. They're not that hard to beat in my opinion. They do deal a lot of damage, but you can handle that. But it's not the greatest, I ain't gonna lie to you. But it is definitely better than these two, in my opinion at least. Next we have Felinor. 2 agility, 2 charisma, increases stealth, and allows for better parkour on wooden surfaces. Now, I do think Rag needs to buff that a little bit. I get it, cats are really good at climbing wooden surfaces like trees, you know, like leopards and cheetahs and pumas and stuff like that are really good at climbing trees. Wild cats, even domesticated cats are good at climbing trees, but like then again, domesticate any sort of cats are good at climbing most surfaces anyways. So I do feel like this is Deepwoken. I feel like Felinor should just have better agility than the other races overall. Maybe a slight movement speed buff, I don't know. Cats are pretty fast and agile, so I don't know, maybe they gain more speed after parkouring off of surface. I do think they need a little bit more. They don't have enough for me. Wooden surfaces, I don't know, wooden surfaces isn't all that to me, I cannot lie to you. But the increase of stealth is definitely useful. That increase of stealth is definitely useful. I ain't gonna lie to you, so I will put that up there. But again, I would rather, in my opinion, I would rather choose a Seltor over a Felinor, because a lot of your gameplay will be on ship, and you know, getting those for cheaper wouldn't be a bad idea, for real. Okay, so next we do have Lightborne, which is not in the game anymore. It's not in the game as of release. Lightborne doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so Lightborne, from what I know, it gives +5 to every stat, every single stat, +5, which is kind of crazy, and takes less damage from acid rain as well as that. So I'm not gonna lie, we're just gonna put that in the S+. This is unobtainable, so I mean, again, doesn't really matter. It could go S or it could go F. It could go F for the simple fact that it's unobtainable, but we could go S because, you know, +5 every stat is kind of crazy. Next we have Etrian, whatever you want to call them. They are immune to the acid rain. I'm like 90% sure they don't take damage to acid rain, and I think that's about it. I'm pretty sure that's about it. I'm not too sure if they give any other stats, but I'm gonna put that like down here. Okay, I know acid rain is annoying at times, but who really cares, bro? I personally, I don't care. I genuinely think this is like the worst race in the game. Not completely useless, that's why it's not an F, but it's still there, right? Next we have Capra. 2 intelligence, 2 willpower. It either increases the amount of food gained when you're eating, or it improves the sanity of people around you. Now I'm not too sure which one it is, but regardless, if it's increases the food gain, the food thing is okay, but at the same time it's like whatever, because you could just eat food, bro. And there's like literally there's a talent for that as well, to increase the food. And sanity, I think sanity is cool, like improved sanity is cool, but at the same time it's not all that. It's not all that. I would rather pick that over Felinor, but I just don't see it being better than Seltor in my opinion. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, but only thing it is that it looks cool, the horns. Next we have Adret, whatever you want to call it. Adret, I'm gonna put that S automatically. Okay, maybe not S. It's either a high A or a high or low S. I'm gonna put it low S. Now y'all boys are probably thinking, how is Adret a low S? It's like 20% to roll this race. This is the best obtainable race in the game in my opinion. And do you want to know why? Okay, so this race automatically has, when you level up, when you get a power up, you get +1 free stat to put in wherever you want. If you get the boon autodidact, whatever, however you pronounce it, right? That also gives you another stat point, and they stack. which means every power you get whatever stat you raised to get the power up, and you get 2 extra points to put into any stat. Which means if you're really farming something, every level you could put 3 points into a certain stat. That is crazy. That makes progression 2 times faster, and it's just flipping crazy. It's really good. That is like really good. Y'all boys don't understand. That's really good. Definitely the best race in the game. Cool. Moving on from that, next we have Vesperian, one of the coolest looking races in the game, and I am going to slap Vesperian up there with that A tier automatically. Now Vesperian gives you 2 fortitude, 2 willpower, and extra armor. The extra armor, especially during solo progression or any sort of team fight, any situation, right? That extra armor is going to be useful to you. I promise you that. Yeah, we gotta give Vesperian the credit it deserves, and it's one of the coolest looking races in the game. Now we have one of the most overhyped. Actually, both of these races are overhyped. So next we have Gaiamid. I don't care how it's pronounced. I promise you. You get 2 intelligence, 2 willpower, and you have resistance to going insane. Sanity, but you got a sanity buff basically. And I can't lie to you, again, unless like you're farming depths, and even if you're farming depths, all you need to do is, if you do it properly, even if you're not a Gaiamid, it doesn't really matter. But essentially, I'm gonna give it either a low B or no, I'm gonna give it a low A. I'm gonna give it a low A. It's one of the rarest races. It does look the coolest, but it's definitely not all that. I promise you. I'm gonna put it low B. I can't. I'd rather go Gaiamid than any of these, 100%. But if I had to pick between these 2, I would pick one of them. Okay. And next we have Khan, however you want to pronounce it. You get 2 strength, 2 agility, You get 2 strength, 2 agility, and you can equip things with less stat points required, which means you can equip stronger weapons before you're even able to equip them. And that's good, I guess. It's good. No, that's like really a good thing. This means you don't need as much stat points for certain things. But at the same time, like, okay, like it's just like, oh, okay. No, for real, I'm gonna put it low A. I was so close to putting it high B, but I'll put it low A. As you get older, I'm pretty sure your crown turns gold or something like that as well. But yeah, this is my official list. I cannot lie to you. This is really with my chest. Adret and Vesperian are the best. Adret and Vesperian are the best. If you're not one of those 2 things, then if you like your race, I guess you like your race. Remember, races aren't a big deal. It's not the biggest. I promise. Races is not a big deal. You can still progress and play the game with a bad race. I promise you, I've seen some good Etrians. There's some good Silver Moon members that are Etrians, and I used to during wave 1 I was an Etrian as well, and I was still beating people up. So like, I promise you, it doesn't matter what race you are, you can still be good at the game. I've literally seen power level 5s beat up power level 30s. So again, it's all down to how good you are as a player. It has nothing to do with the race. It has everything to do with you though. So you know what I'm saying, good luck on your journey. Hopefully you get the race you want. And yeah, that's it, man. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate the love y'all boys have been showing recently. And let's get to 50k, man. Let's get to 50k. Revolver effects. I'm gonna see y'all boys in the next one.